Hello, I'm Ryan, Chap Rants, and today I'll be talking about films, as I was talking about yesterday as an nostalgia pack. Now, films these days have went down the shuttle from being all the same, to feeling all the same, to being box, box, box office bombs, as like, what was really crap? Law Cross Terminator, and more. But really, movies feel the same, as I said before, they feel all the same. The Hitman's Bodyguard, meaningless titles that don't sound interesting, but have all the same trailer. Like, as I said, The Hitman's Bodyguard seemed really boring, with two great actors, but really boring with the story and plot, story and arc. Why does the Hitman need a bodyguard unless he's been wanted by the police or something like that? It doesn't feel good. Think about classic movies like Star Wars, the original. There's boom, an original plot about a bad guy, a kid who wants to go save a princess, but the reason why it's so good is because George Lucas directed it perfectly. I'm not saying George Lucas is a good director, but he did do Star Wars Episode 4, one of the most classic movie in history. Up there with probably The Godfather, Scarface, or even just Dirty Dancing. More popular movies like Grease, movies that really did well on its own with nothing, just trailers and that's it. Movies that did really well, who just had one movie, are Grease. Grease did it good on its own until they made much more sequels of it, and it wasn't that good. Grease Grease was a really beautiful one. Dirty Dancing, perfect. What else? I'm trying to think. Because this is a bit hard to think about, because not all movies can go with one movie and that's it. People want more of the same thing. That's why some sequels can be crap. Like, if I have to be honest, Batman Returns. I didn't like it. Even if it was dark. It was okay as a film, but just as a film, not as a Batman film. But Batman 1989 wasn't a good Batman film. It was a good film. It was a really good film, but not a good Batman film. You didn't understand Batman right. He just pops up and that's it. You don't know who he really is until the bit with Vicky Vale and that dumbass when they're just like, yeah, it must be hard living without a mom and dad, huh? And then you really don't get it, because Batman just wants to kill the Joker for killing his parents. He just wants revenge, but that's not Batman. He just wants to protect Gotham and everyone in it. He doesn't want revenge. It's like the Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man, if you realise, Peter Parker wants revenge. And wants to kill the killer of Uncle Ben. Let's think about Tobey Maguire. He goes out to help people, instantly. But he did kill the guy after Uncle Ben's death. So, not much, is it? And maybe it's not as good as movies, but good sequels can do really well. Like, if you're a die-hard Lord of the Rings fan, you may say that the Twin Towers is better than the Fellowship of the Rings. Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 1. The Dark Knight is better than Batman Begins. We can all agree on something with sequels. Sequels can be very good in certain points, but sometimes it can be the same with the first one. Mediocre, nothing adds to the table, nothing would change with the characters. Like Toy Story 2, that was a really good film, but it was originally going to be a video release, not a cinema release. You know why? Because people thought the plot wasn't enough for a movie release. They just thought it was going to be the same old snag with all the stuff. But it was good. You had the added characters like Jesse and Bullseye, but nothing really much. Just until then Toy Story 3 came out, and that was a really big one. With Andy growing up, and basically the Toy Story legacy ending now. until 2019 when Toy Story 4 will be released. Films can be good these days, like Avengers Endgame, but Marvel have really put too much in Marvel, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's the same stick, the character being sarcastic, funny, and that's it. Free that with superpowers. Like Iron Man. That was a really good film. Iron Man 2 was okay, didn't add much to the table. And Iron Man 3, that was the best MCU movie in my opinion. Why? Because that ended Tony Stark's trilogy. He started off to be a rich asshole and then learned that he doesn't need suits to be Iron Man. Anyone can be Iron Man. It only takes the heart and skill to do it. But anyone can be Iron Man. Films, as I said, films these days might not add a lot to the table. Like, I'm trying to think of movies that are really bad that didn't add to the table recently. As I said, Lara Croft's Tomb Raider, that could go to a lot of sequels. But that's just so Hollywood can get their money back and just want more money. People don't want another Tomb Raider. We don't even need it. We didn't even want another one. Think of the Fantastic Four movies. Like, we didn't want them, but we want them to be in the MCU. We want them to be good. But it's hard to make the Fantastic Four a famous family be good these days because they were from the 60s. Spider-Man's good because he was on his own. He can be changed and changed. But you don't want to change something that might fuck it up, like Fantastic Four. A brilliant family. One of the first families in Marvel, but you don't want to fuck that up in case you ruin the plot for the Fantastic Four. You ruin the motive, you ruin the character arc with them. And you don't want to do that, you want it to keep the same, but if you change it, it might be good. People these days just want the same thing. Same over, same over, same over. Like, I hate mentioning him, but 0.4. He does the same videos. God, have you seen his latest videos? He's just like one of Amanda C's. He does two things in videos now. Two things. He does two different things. The clickbait title and the picture and something completely different. Like once, he was trying to see if you can get into the house while Trevor's mum was there. And he goes to Amanda and sees what she does. I'm not joking, that's a video. Saying, what does Trevor's mum do when she's alone? And does, like, it doesn't bring anything new. Nostalgia critic. He's really crap these days because he does the same thing over and over and over. Makes fun of films, see if they're good or not, but they're bad, and then it's not good anymore. Think about 2014 when he released, I don't know, like, Food Fight. That was a brilliant review because it added so much. It showed that the nostalgia critic was fucking... He hated it. Well, telling you that he hated it. It showed you where the story is just like, honey, I'm home. Oh wait, I'm not married. A reference to Batman Returns. And it shows that he whacks the shit out of the products. And then you realise, holy fuck, he's been through so much. Then you see the review. And then it adds up at the end. And then it connects. The Catwoman review. That was really good. Even if it was a terrible movie, it was really good. Some Mask. Oh. Classic reviews where he just sits down. Or something else that does into the plot. Does it well. That was like the Catwoman and like the Food Fight were leading up to this main review. And that was the show must go on. I've not seen it. But I might. Films these days are crap. Unless the Marvel or Pixar. I've been Ryan Chap. I was here to educate you.